Hi there, everyone, and happy Wednesday. This is KXAN Live News Notes. I'm Amanda Dugan. I'm going to catch you up on the big stories of the day, and I'm going to do it in less than 5 minutes. A quick glimpse at Austin, as you can see, looking absolutely spectacular midweek here. Let's get right to it. Hurricane Laura, Category 3. Hurricane with sustained winds of 115 miles per hour. She is intensifying. So here is what we know. Hurricane Laura is now expected to get even stronger in the next 12 hours before making landfall. Unfortunately, further strengthening is expected, with the storm forecast to be a Category 4 by later today. So Governor Greg Abbott says Texans need to be prepared for the possibility that Laura is going to keep growing and hit the Texas coast. He urged people, if you can, to get out now.
There are locations in San Antonio, in Austin, in Dallas that are available for people who are evacuating. Now would be the time to be making that decision where you have control over your life at this time.
And I heard some people talk about they're going to have a hurricane party. Let me tell you something. It might be their last hurricane party.
That's the truth right there. So Hurricane Laura is still heading toward Texas and Louisiana and expected to make landfall overnight. I'll tell you what, we have crews that are set up along the coast, and they're going to be bringing you that latest coverage overnight as well. Let's take it closer to home. The city of Austin and surrounding counties activated a plan to take in coastal evacuees. It's called the Capital Area Shelter Hub Plan. Last night, the city began processing evacuees at the Circuit of the Americas. The city says evacuees will be placed in hotels instead of shelters because of the COVID-19 threat. Now, the plan comes at the request of Texas Governor Greg Abbott. The governor says Circuit of the Americas track facility will also serve as an evacuation hub. There's room for 3,000 people at 18 unnamed hotels across Travis, Hayes, and Williamson counties. Texas State University in San Marcos will house between 60 and 70 evacuees students from Lamar University in Beaumont. Now, our Candy Rodriguez confirmed this morning that there were evacuees who were being turned away at COTA. You can find and read more about that story over at KXAN.com. People aren't the only thing coming here to the Austin area that are evacuating. Animals, too. Close to 200 animals evacuated from the Texas coast are in Austin this morning. Dogs, cats, even baby squirrels were driven to the Austin Humane Society yesterday. Now, the squirrels are going to be cared for by the Austin Wildlife Rescue. Previous hurricanes like Harvey, that happened 3 years ago, caused the shelter to over-prepare and adjust to a large number of new pets. Now, these new pets will need a home. You can help by taking part in our annual Clear the Shelters. That's a month-long campaign we have happening. It is a virtual campaign. We do have more info about how you can adopt a furry friend over at KXAN.com. A quick break here in your news when it comes to Hurricane Laura to give you an update when it comes to the coronavirus pandemic. So we're actually waiting to hear from local health and city leaders about any changes to COVID-19 response. This morning, we're under stage 3 of the city's COVID-19 guidelines. So for months, the Austin and Travis County areas were under stage 4. The difference now is that more businesses can reopen, but the city hasn't announced any changes. Take a look at this. Under stage 3, just to refresh you here, people should still avoid social gatherings. People who are at higher risk of contracting COVID-19 should stay home as much as possible. That includes opting for delivery and curbside options to get meals or other necessities. Now, the drop of risk level comes after a drop in the positivity rate and hospital admissions. 2 weeks ago, the positivity rate in our area was more than 7%. Preliminary numbers from last week show it is on track to be lower this week. Now, as I mentioned, we were taking a quick break in that Hurricane Laura news and to give you that COVID update, but you got to see something here. This is pretty incredible. Look what NASA released. These are images from the ISS showing Hurricane Laura just kind of looming over the Gulf of Mexico. This is just absolutely incredible to see these views here and to think about what we're actually looking at, right? That we're taking pictures from space and getting a glimpse of this massive storm rolling through. Pretty awesome there. And again, our teams will be covering Hurricane Laura's landfall overnight. I appreciate you joining us here on KXAN Live News Notes. Enjoy the rest of your day.